Well, welcome to the 2020-21 Sunday school year. This wasn't exactly the way we had planned to begin the new school year, but unfortunately we're still under a lot of restrictions, so we're going to start the year virtually. At least for the next 5 weeks, we're going to be presenting a series of video discussions for you to watch at home, and then we'll see what happens later on this year with Sunday school. We usually spend the first day of Sunday school going around and introducing everybody, but since I'm the only one here today, I guess I'll have to go first. My name is Tony Farillas. I'm the lead teacher in the high school classroom. This is my 13th year of teaching in the high school room. I also taught 3 years in one of the other classrooms, so it's a total of 16 years that I've been teaching Sunday school. I've been coming to St. Constantine and Helen Church for more than 50 years. That's half a century. That shows you how old I am. But I really enjoy teaching Sunday school, and I'm glad that we have this opportunity to get together, at least virtually for now. I'm very active in church. As many of you know, I've been on the parish council for 26 years. That's our governing body at the church. And you probably best know me as the guy that runs the gyro room at the Greek Food Bazaar. I've been doing that for 30 years, so I like to stay involved with the church, and hopefully I'll see all of you helping out at the Greek Food Bazaar in about a month from now. Well, let me explain a little bit about how the class is going to work this year. There's 4 teachers in the high school room, and each of us will be taking turns putting a video presentation together for you. And you have an opportunity to watch this on Friday or Saturday or Sunday. And for us to know that you watched the video and to get attendance credit for class, you need to answer some questions. You're going to get a little bit of a homework assignment at some point during this video. And you need to email me back with the answers to the questions, and you will get credit for high school attendance. Now, the question may be, what's the big deal with attendance? Well, you get a really cool icon at the end of the year if you have good attendance. If you miss 3 or fewer classes, you're going to get a nice icon. But there's also scholarship money that is awarded at the end of the year, and for the older kids who are looking at going off to college, college is very expensive, and we're able to provide some scholarship money for you if you have good attendance in Sunday school. So that's another incentive for you to attend our classes and to watch them online. The 2 organizations that provide scholarships are the Philopticos Society, which is a women's organization, although I think men are allowed to join too. And there's another group called the AHEPA, which isn't directly attached to our church, but it's been around for a long time and supports the Orthodox Church. And I know our local chapter here in Berks County provides scholarship money. And one of the things that we look at is your attendance in Sunday school, in addition to your grades and also your activities both in church and in the community. So it's a good way to get some scholarship money and help your parents out financially when you're getting ready to go to college. So hopefully you will be watching all of these videos and emailing back the teacher so that we know that you watched. Today is September 11th, of course. Now, none of you were around in 2001. This is the 19th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on the United States in 2001. Hopefully some of you have learned about this in school, but the reason we are commemorating today is for all the people that lost their lives during the terrorist attacks. The World Trade Center in New York was destroyed. The Pentagon, airplanes were hijacked and were crashed into buildings. And there was another plane that was hijacked, and it was on its way to Washington. Some people believe it was going to hit the White House. Some people say it was going to hit the U.S. Capitol building, but the passengers aboard that plane were able to break into the cockpit and crash the plane in western Pennsylvania before it killed anyone else. So those people gave their lives to help other people. So that's why we think about them and we commemorate them. And commemorate is a word that you're going to hear a lot during the course of our presentations, because we do a lot of commemorating in our church. And you should know what that means. It's not just remembering, but it's remembering and honoring something or someone. That's why we have a lot of different events in our church where we commemorate people. So today I want to talk to you about the church year, or the ecclesiastical year. There's a lot of different ways that we keep track of time during the course of a year. There's obviously the calendar year. It goes from January to December. Everybody knows that. There's also the school year. Typically you start school in September and you go to June. There's something called the fiscal year. A lot of corporations, a lot of governments operate on a fiscal calendar. For example, the state of Pennsylvania, the fiscal year starts on July 1st and goes to June 30th. So that's how the state keeps track of its year. Our church has a calendar, and it's called the Ecclesiastical calendar, and it begins every year on September 1st, and it goes to August 31st of the following year. And everything is the same on that calendar from year to year. We have a lot of days that we celebrate, different saints and different events in the life of the church. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today is the major feast days of our church. So during the course of the ecclesiastical year, we celebrate or we commemorate various feast days, various holidays. And the biggest one, of course, is Easter, or Pascha, as they say in Greek. Easter is also known as the Feast of the Resurrection, and that is a significant event in the life of the church. Obviously, if Jesus had not risen from the dead 3 days after the crucifixion, we wouldn't be here 2,000 years later still talking about him. So it's a huge event for our church, and it's sort of the beginning of our church. So we obviously celebrate Easter, and it's sort of on its own as the Feast of Feasts. So besides Easter, there are 12 other major feast days on the church calendar. Christmas is one that everybody knows. It's December 25th. It's also known as the Feast of the Nativity of Jesus. What I want you to do as your homework assignment is I want you to send me a list, not all 11 of the ones that are left over, but at least 5 of the major feast days of our church. I'd like you to email me with the dates and with the names of the feast days. Now, some of the feast days they're known as movable feasts, that they don't have a specific date on the calendar. We celebrate them, we commemorate them every year, but it's not always on the same date. Many of the others do have a set date during the course. Now, here in September, we just had one of the major feast days just happened last week, and we have another one coming up very soon. So there's 2 of them in September. So that's a little hint for you. But I want you to email it to me, and this is my email address, tfarillas@yahoo.com. So I want you to give me 5 of the major feast days of the Orthodox Church and email it to me by Sunday, by the end of the day Sunday, and you will get credit for attending today's Sunday school lesson. Of these 12 major feast days, they're broken up into 2 categories. 8 of them have to do with significant events in the life of Jesus, and the other 4 have to do with significant events in the life of the Banagia, or the Virgin Mary. And those are the two of the central figures in our faith. So that's why we have these 12 major feast days, but there are many others where we commemorate the lives of other saints and other important events in the life of the church. So you have your assignment. You know a little bit about what we do during the course of the church year, which again goes from September 1st till August 31st. You need to send me your email by the end of the day Sunday. You actually have until midnight, but I hope you're not up at midnight emailing me, because Monday's a school day. So hopefully we'll be back together in class in very near future. And the one good thing about doing these video presentations is that you have an opportunity to come to church every Sunday and attend the liturgy with your family. So I hope I will see all of you on Sunday morning in church. And until we see you, God bless.